by H.P. Lovecraft. The horrible conclusion which had me... start again. The Beast in the Cave by H.P. Lovecraft. The horrible conclusion which had been gradually obtruding itself upon my confused and reluctant mind was now an awful certainty. I was lost, completely, hopelessly lost, in the vast and labyrinth recess of Mammoth Cave. Turn as I might, in no direction could my straining vision seize on any object capable of serving as a guidepost to set me on the outward path, that never more should I behold the blessed light of day or scan the pleasant hills and dales of the beautiful world outside. My reason could no longer ascertain the slightest unbelief. Open-departed yet indoctrinated as I was by a life of philosophical study, I derived no small measure of satisfaction from my impassioned demand. For although I had frequently read of the wild frenzies into which were thrown the victims of a similar situation, I experienced none of them, but stood quite quiet as soon as I early realized the loss of my hearing not did though that I had probably wandered beyond the utmost limits of an extraordinary ordinary search caused me to abandon my composure even for a moment. If I must die, I reflected, then I was this terrible yet majestic cavern as welcome as certain as that which any churchyard might afford. A conception which carried with more of tranquility than of despair. Starving would prove my ultimate fate. Of this I was certain. But I felt this end would not be mine. My disaster was the result of no faith, and had wondered what a natural influence possessed by my lungs. I set a base series of loud shoutings in the vain hope of attracting the attention of the guide by my clamp, save my own, since unknown to the guide, I had separated myself from the regular party of sighters, and wandering from over an hour in forbidden venues of the cave, I found myself unable to retrace the devious windings which I had pursued since forsaking my companions already. My torch had begun to expire. Soon I would be enveloped by this total and almost palpable blackness of the bowels of the earth. As I stood in the one unsteady light, I idly wondered over the exact circumstances of my coming end. I remembered accounts which I had heard of the colony, who, taking their residence in a gigantic grotto to find health, the apparently salubrious air of the underground world, in which underground world, with its steady uniform temperature, pure air, and peaceful quiet, had found instead death in strange and ghastly form. I had seen the sad remains of their ill-made cottages, and I passed then by with piety. Yet, as I called, I believed in my heart that my cries were to no purpose, and then my voice, magnified and reflected by the numberless ramparts of the black maze about me, fell upon no ears save my own. All at once, however, my attention was fixed with a start as I fancied that I heard the sound of soft approaching steps on the rocky floor of the cavern. Was my deliverance about to be accomplished so soon? The animal, and terror-struck as I was, had resiled, that it must have come from a considerable distance, and was correspondingly fatigued. Suddenly a spell broke. My right hand, guided by my ever trustworthy sense of hearing, threw with full force the sharp-angled bit of limestone which it contained towards that point in the darkness. The creature I had killed, the strange beast of the unfathomed cave, was, or had at once been a man